Welcome back to the show, and I am so happy because we have a familiar face to a lot of you who go to the Mapunapuna store. We have Angela, and she is so crafty, and I finally got her on the show. Yay! So, hi Angela, how you doing?
I'm good, Joy.
I know, you're always making stuff, and you can do all kinds of different crafts, and I was like, you gotta come on the show. I wanna, so you got something really cute.
Okay.
I mean, they're really cute. We don't know what to call them, but they're super cute.
I call them Flower Fairies.
Flower Fairies, yeah.
Actually, we have a new product in our store. It's these inexpensive paper flowers, and I think they're called E-line, and they come in all different coordinating sets. And so we got a whole big bag of just all these different colors. So we had fun making things with them. So this is what I came up with. So first, I'm going to use, you can use different types of wire. I use this one called Lundy wire, and we sell it at our store, and it comes in different colors.
Okay.
And so it's a nice long piece of wire. I think I'm going to fold these into fours.
The whole piece.
The whole piece. So it comes folded in half, so I'll probably just have to fold it one more time.
Okay.
And just eyeball it. You don't have to be specific.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, and then just get a simple wire cutter. Okay, I'm going to cut off the two ends here.
Okay, the two shorter.
The two, the two little pieces here.
Okay.
Because this middle piece we're going to use for the body.
Oh, okay.
Now we've got this middle piece here that's been folded in half. Next thing to do is to get a wooden bead. And with the smaller fairy, I have, I think these are 12 millimeter wooden beads.
Okay.
And these ones that we have at our store at Ben Franklin, they're unfinished. So I just put a sealant on it, or a sealer, to because I'm going to put some paint on it. It'll keep the paint from spreading. These are Deco paint pens.
Right.
And you can use, basically you're just going to do the eyes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just going to make a mouth. You don't have to do a nose if you don't want to. And we want to do this early on because we want the paint to dry.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do two little eyes, just a little dot. And then for the mouth, I'm going to use pink, and I just draw a little heart. Okay, and then set this aside to dry. Shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
If you don't put too much paint on it. And then the fun part for me was always choosing your colors. You can take any kind of combination of colors. I took pink and green for this fairy. So these flowers come, thankfully, pre-punched, or they have like little kind of holes in them. And so you choose your colors, and what I do is I get bigger ones on the bottom, and then I gradually get them smaller. And I like to alternate colors, yeah. And so this is going to be the skirt. This will be the skirt of the fairy. And then you also need to find some flowers for wings. So I kind of eyeball it. I think what color would go best. I think maybe the green might be better. So I'm going to use this for the wings, and what I normally do is I'll choose a 5-petal flower, and then I'll just cut off one of them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So those are my wings. That's my skirt. And then if you'd like to, like this little fairy here has a little hat on. You don't have to though. This one doesn't have one. So I think if I want to do a hat, there's so many cute things you can do. So that will be my hat if she looks like she needs one. Moving on to the hair, I have all different types of hair. You can use ribbon. You can use DMC floss, which is used for embroidery to have like finer hair, or I'm just going to use crochet thread, which is really easy to use.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of pull out a length of it, and then start at one end, and I just kind of double back.
Go back and forth.
Yeah. So, and this, of course, doesn't have to be perfect either, you know, because nobody has perfect hair. So.
Because you can still be the hairstylist after.
That's right. You can trim and I just go back and forth like that, and I, see how much I want. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to just kind of look for the loops, and I'll just take a good scissors and just kind of run it through and do one snap like that. Then I look for any strays. There are a few there. Flip it over to the other side. And as you can see, some are short, some are long. That's all right. If you want to make it all nice and straight, you can just go like this and trim the edges off, but it would look too perfect. We need a body for her. At Ben Franklin, we have these great little teardrop shaped beads, plastic beads, and the hole goes from the top to the bottom, which is perfect for what we're doing today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire that was folded in half, and I'm going to kind of center it on our hair piece here. And then I kind of measure it, to make sure it's not too lopsided. I just kind of push it up and I say, oh, okay, it needs to go this way a little bit. And then you can kind of see, okay, the hair looks pretty good. And then I kind of cinch it a little just to keep it together. So I take the two open ends here and I slide it through the wooden bead. It's important to make sure that your bead hole is big enough for your wire to go through. Okay, and then I push it all the way up. And I try to push it as far up as I can, so sometimes the hair will go into the hole. Next step is to put on her body, which is this bead here. Okay, so there we've got the hair. I might have to trim her hair later because it looks like her hair is going to go down to her skirt. Okay, so that's her body. And next we're going to do the skirt. And we start with the smallest ones on top. And you can do it either face up or face down. If you do it face down,
depends on what look you want.
Yeah. And you just put them one at a time. See how easy that is? We're almost done. Now, to keep her skirt from falling down,
very important.
Yes. What I do is I take the two pieces of wire and I kind of open it to hold it in place. And I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac, which is a great glue, right where the wires are coming out.
Okay.
And this will keep the flowers in place. We're going to start working on her arms. And so that's what this piece is here for.
That one's for her arms. Okay.
And what I'm going to do is fold this in half. And then I take it behind her and I put it in between her head and her body. And then I kind of cross it over like this. Okay, and if you want to, you can just swivel it around like that. So it looks more like it's behind her rather than coming out of her neck. Okay, and if it's a little loose, you can always push up the flowers and kind of tighten it some more. And now to make, see, she has really long legs. So to make her legs shorter, I like to do a little cute thing with the ends to kind of make like feet for them. So I have, this is a flat nose pliers. So I'm just going to bend over and make like a little triangle to start with, like that.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to grab it and continue kind of like wrapping it around. This might take a little more time to work with. And I'm just pushing the wire along the edge here. Okay, now I'm going to give her some knees. Her feet are pretty much the same.
Even.
And we'll give her some knees. I'm just gonna bend it randomly. And just kind of, whatever you want her to be doing, running or
sitting
skipping
or whatever.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for her hands. So kind of straighten out the wire as much as possible. I'm gonna basically match it to her feet. Okay, and then we'll give her another elbow over here. And we are almost done. We just need to give her some wings and a hat. For the wings,
so you go to the back.
Go to the back. And I'm going to take my 4-petal flower. I'm going to glue it. You can use hot glue gun. I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. Glue right around there.
Because the Fabri-Tac sticks to the beads, yeah?
Yes, it's a very, very versatile type of glue, and it holds pretty well. Okay, and just put the wings, and you want to hold it just a little bit so that it can kind of get tacky and grab. Yes. So you don't really need a hat, but if you want to,
you could just tack it on.
Yeah, just like that.
That is really sweet. See, you have to come back on the show and do some more other things. Okay?
I would love to, Joy.
Great.
Thank you.
Perfect answer. Okay. So thank you, Angela. Well, right now we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.